Diamonds, the most sought after of all gems. We swoon over them, lusting after their beauty and cherishing their value. But in the beginning, that glittering bit of glory was nothing other than a chunk of unrefined coal. In order to transform into the wondrous jewel it's capable of being, a piece of coal must endure high levels of pressure. It must survive fire and also be willing to get cut. Ultimately, the polishing process is the ending phase of a long journey from coarse earthen matter to a shimmering beacon of excellence. Without the loving care of those who became invested in my polishing, I never could have shined so bright. My Mart, my Crystal, Everett, Angie, and Jamie, I feel I must confess that throughout this past year I have found myself tearing up whenever I heard one of my favorite tunes by The Temptations, Stand By Me, because that's exactly what you all have done each step of the way. And to this girl, that means more than I could convey in words. You were there on the ready whenever I needed you, prepared to stand by my side and hold my hand through anything. I'd always dreamed of finding a group who offered a totally constant and unconditional form of support and love. Thank you for being that for me. And good gracious Brad Ray. For originality's sake, I usually stray away from the phrase, where do I begin? But honestly, where do I with you? I've told you every chance I get that I've never really had someone invest in me quite the way that you have. It's almost hard to believe such a selfless, giving, intelligent person exists, and furthermore, that person cares to spend time bettering me. There just aren't any words. Thanks for helping me develop as more than just a pageant contestant, but as a person and a member of society. I owe you so much of my success, both in and out of the interview room. P.S. Take notice, there were no ums or likes used in the making of this speech. Robin and my little teeny Queenie Malone, this year just wouldn't have been the same without the two of you. All the road trips, talent rehearsals, Mexican outings, and heart-to-hearts made this experience what it should be. I had the greatest time sharing it all with you, and like I've said before, a common title isn't what makes you sisters. We'll be that no matter what. And as for you, Betty, my Presidential Pathways sister, I'm honored to have been a part of your first step into this system. You're a person of many gifts, and I'm so glad you've chosen to use them through the Miss America organization. I'm thrilled to watch your journey unfold and know that big things are ahead. New seasons bring new influences, but the long-standing ones are the strongest. Kelly and the Bradshaw family, you made me what I am, at every phase of the journey. Not many are so fortunate to have this type of inspiration and guidance. You are everything. Madison and Miss Sandy, 100 years from now, some of my sweetest memories will still have been with you. Your ability to give support and encouragement are unprecedented and among the most special of traits. When I think of friendship, I think of you. Carly and Miss Wendy, I think of you as my North Star. Thank you for leading me when I don't know the way. You've been there through every success, failure, heartbreak, and triumph. That yields a special kind of friend. Tracy and the McGee family, you are my angels on earth. You've done so much, and really too much, but your all-time greatest act of friendship came on a tragically crushing Wednesday, when my whole world crumbled with the tear of a hip flexor. It was genuinely one of the bleakest moments of my life. And if not for you, it'd have stayed that way. You patched me up with more than medication and bandages, but most importantly, with belief and encouragement. It still amazes me that that 90 seconds was even within the realm of possibility that night. And although I was somehow the one dancing on stage, that performance was all credit to you, and in my book goes down as one of my all-time greatest. Thank you for giving me that chance. It takes time and a team to transform a product into its potential, and thankfully my team has been a pretty stellar one. When I walked into Gregory Ellenberg's store 3 years ago, I expected a killer gown, but not the forever friend he quickly turned into. Your support and friendship have blessed me beyond measure. You're a true gem, Greg. Also in the business of meshing frills and friendship is Scott Marchbanks. Your heart is made of gold that can't be gauged. You're a real asset to this state and a great friend. Thanks for everything. W.C. Webb is yet another all-star who's always willing to offer help or advice when it is needed most. W.C., cheers to you for playing the role of stylist, hairdresser, sponsor, and friend equally as well. All those hats look great on you. Speaking of looking great, Kristen White and AJ Day, you two can't be beat. You've exceeded my expectations in multiple ways, and I'm still in awe of your talents. Thanks for sharing them with me, and playing a major role in developing my sense of confidence. And finally, and as always, it comes back to you, Mom. There's really no way to sing your praises loud enough. Your life's mission is to help me attain every dream and desire, and all I can say is that I couldn't have made a single step towards any of it without you. You the real MVP, and yes, I do mean that very seriously. Without the dedicated support of you, Grandmama, and Jackson, where would I be? Probably buckled down somewhere beneath a heap of pressure and doubt, and not nearly as far as I've come now. Because, after all, we should remember, a diamond is just a piece of coal that did well under pressure.